Hello, everyone. It's Samantha Jane Love here from Infinite Love Connection. And today, I am going to talk about finding me. Finding me. What does that mean? So, we have when I say we, our family has been thrust into a little bit of a situation, let's just say. So, my husband, Mark, has been lying in a hospital bed since the 27th of the 12th. So it's been a good month now that Daddy hasn't been home. And it's really been an interesting space to be in because it's really allowing me some space to find me again. Find me, even though there's a lot of noise going on. I'm finding me, and I'm really sitting in the honoring of this space and sitting in the most beautifulness of it all. Don't get me wrong, I'm very, upset that my husband is in hospital, cannot walk, cannot use anything, to the middle of his stomach. So it's not real pretty over there. So, and unfortunately, the pain, or it is creeping up into his arms. So he's starting to work into his fingers and further up. So there's been lots going on, lots of emotions, lots of mixed emotions going on. There's been a lot of uncertainty, a lot of anger, a lot of miscommunication. There's a lot of pain, all different types of pain going on. So this is allowing us this space to break, I suppose, this codependency that we both had with each other in a very, very, very big way. And it's a really interesting place to be. And I'm saying that because I've also got two amazing little girls who are missing their daddy, but I'm not sure whether you saw my post the other day or not. We had to view Daddy through a window, and the window where it was very noisy. The girls could not hear him at all. It was a very big day. It was a very big day. It really definitely boosted his spirits. But because they don't know how to articulate their spirits and their emotions, it was a long process of, kicking, screaming, so that they could work those things out of their body. And I allowed them the space to have that because I don't want them to have all of those emotions trapped in their body. It's also very difficult for me to see my strong husband in a position like that. So this space, and it's really interesting. I booked in a webinar from Matt Kahn, and I didn't quite understand what he was going to talk about. It was about relationships and soul contracts, and it was really quite fitting for what he was talking about in that moment, because I think that in relationships we forget to give ourselves space, and we get to a point where we're like, I have to get out of here before I'm gonna. So space is essential in any anybody's relationship, and it's good for your own soul. Space allows you to drop and be in the present now moment and go with no noise around you and say, what is it that I really truly want in my life? What is it that makes me joyful? What is it that fills my soul? What is my sole purpose here? And it may not just be that you have one sole purpose, because we don't need to anymore. But it's okay if you just want to have one burning desire and that's the thing that you do. I'm experiencing all of everything, and I'm not letting the paddock gates open so that I can fully be all of the humanness that I am. So that means letting songs out, being wild, being a bit crazy, letting my emotions run as they're running, and really being firm with my boundaries as to how I will be treated by any connection. And that's a huge thing that I think that we forget to know what our boundaries are, how we want to be spoken to, how we want to be treated. And do we just get complacent in the relationships that we're in? So I'm looking at this beautiful moment in time as a beautiful gift. A shitty gift, but a beautiful gift. I believe that my husband will one day walk again. But for me, we've been together for a very long time, very, very long time. And when we did get together, I needed a bit of saving. I needed saving from myself. I needed saving mainly just from myself. And I didn't know how to do that for myself. And over the last, 18 years ago, it started with my starting to save myself. And it's a process, and it's a layer upon layer upon layer of processes of getting to know how to save me, how to learn how to love me. So it doesn't just happen overnight, but it is doable. It's doable with putting in processes and going and putting in boundaries and knowing what it is. And it's about trying new things. So I've called this episode Finding Me. And that's what I'm doing. And that's what I have been doing. I'm almost 46. I turn 46 next month. And just because I found me back 20 years ago doesn't mean that I don't change. So it's about rediscovering yourself all of the time. And rediscovering yourself is a beautiful thing to do. If you have children, it shows them that you can rediscover yourself many, many times. It gives them permission to really go forth and find the things that inspire them, fill them with joy, with love, to have the courage to do the things that are outside of the box. Finding me is being able to stand fully in my femininity, not faking my femininity, but fully standing in my femininity as a full woman who will claim her power, her space in this world. I don't need saving anymore. And that's the best thing that I've found out about me. I really don't need saving anymore. I'm loving. I'm compassionate. I'm smart. I'm kind. And I'm willing to put in the work to release the things that have been holding me back. I'm willing to put in the work to delve deeper into how to be more of a spiritual being in this body. You know, we're talking about the Great Awakening. So some people in the spiritual realms, they talk about the Great Awakening, where we're going from 3D into 5D. So it's not that we're going to fully ascend. It's just that we can hold a lot more information in the body that we have. And that may come from having a cold, being stuck, feeling lethargic. I've been really feeling lethargic. And I do, have a fair few things on. But the thing with doing the work and really knowing who you are and putting yourself out there and really living is that when there's noise on the outside, you can still be here. You can show up. And one of my teachers from Sistership Circle, Tanya, she's always talking about feminine leaders. They show up no matter what's going on. Because, women, especially if we have children, we have shit going on all the time. Just before I jumped on this call, I had to wipe a butt. We literally have shit going on all the time, but we show up. We put something in. We may be a little bit late sometimes, but we show up so that we can find ourselves and explore what it is to be in this now present moment. Finding me has been coming through dropping into receivership. Being able to receive is such a thing of the feminine. So when someone offers me a hand now, it's not because I can't do it. It actually gives them an opportunity to show that they are loving and compassionate too. So don't not allow someone to do something for you. That may be their way of showing love. And it also, it's this reciprocity. I'm not saying words very good today. But anyway, it's about giving and taking. It's not just about one way or the other. It's about the circle and being able to stir that in and multiplying the energy that is cultivated within the energy realms. Finding me is knowing that I don't have anything to be scared of anymore. I lived for a very long time scared of everything, scared of the wind, scared of the dark. And now I've found that if I, Samantha Jane Love, just shine really bright, there is nothing to be scared of. The comments that people say, it doesn't matter because I stand true for me. It has taken me a very long time. And one of the things that came up, that have been coming up It's really interesting. It's just been coming up this last week. Shame. Good old shame. And how we really decide how we show up in the world from shame. So if we release the shame from our lives, and there could be layers of it, just saying, there is no end to healing. There is no end to healing. There is just layers. It's like one of those Sarah Lee Danishes, layer upon layer upon layer. And the moment that you say, I've got this, yeah, I can do that, you will have another layer appear for itself. So when we step into that realm of fully standing in our light, however that shows up for you, and we start to go, I'm going to wash some of this shame off because I don't need to carry it anymore. And we give ourselves space. Sometimes it's just space. It's not just necessarily it can be space from your kids. It could be space from your intimate partner. It can be space from work, like everyone talks about, yay, it's Friday. But if we were loving everything that we did with our job, what would we really want to be yaying from that? It could just be that we need the space from the people and the interactions that we have in that workplace. And is that workplace really for you then? So one of the things that has really helped me in this last year is the starlight temples. Where did I put them? I know they're here. They have helped me immensely. They have allowed me to drop deeper into myself. They've allowed me to see myself not just as I am in this human form, and to love it unconditionally deeper and deeper. Every time I go into the starlight temples, I love myself deeper and deeper. And it's interesting because I've been doing a little bit of comfort eating over this last month. I'm loving myself more and more, standing in my light, shining bright, and just letting the shame of a few extra kilos just wash off of me. I was talking to someone the other day, and they was talking about washing the water off of a duck's back. But for me at the moment, swans are big in my field. At the moment, there's one of my totems that I'm working with right at this moment, and they are graceful and they are beautiful. And I like to think of myself now coming into my swan self, where the droplets of maybe negativity, if it's feedback that I'm not wanting, if it's just all getting washed off of me. And that's okay, because I can shake it off and just be me. Because the only thing I can be me is me. So if you would like to learn what it is like to delve into knowing yourself a little bit more, being able to find yourself a little bit more, having just that little bit more courage, releasing any of the fear that you are carrying with you, on Valentine's Day, I am doing a single journey, and it's for the Temple of Eternal Love. It is absolutely amazing. It really drops deeply into the unconditional love that you have for yourself. So I will drop the information into the comments. I would love for you to come and experience that. Sounds like my time's up because my little noodle has popped in. This is me, Samantha Jane Love, sharing my experiences of finding myself.
Why do you
Love to you all.
Mama?
Bye for now. Can I wave?